Uh, Thank you, Richard. But this is nice. Let's do it. Okay, hello. So I'm Asja. I'm still Asja. You met me on Monday during the quiz night. So today I'm gonna be talking you about Calc and taking you on a deep dive into it. So before we begin, do you maybe think that spreadsheets are kind of boring? Because this, whoa, okay. So this is what I used to think. So basically, how I imagine them is like just bunch of numbers and buttons and everything kind of looks like a cockpit of a very expensive airplane. And you have a feeling that if you press the wrong button or do something wrong, you're most likely gonna launch a satellite or at least ruin your calculations for your monthly or yearly company's budget. But in reality, we do love spreadsheets. But just the different kinds, so just the friendly ones. So don't get me wrong, Calc is powerful, but it's something that you actually can open on a Monday morning without feeling fear, anxiety, or needing a flight suit, basically. Yeah, we do love them because they show us really important information. So as you can see on this beautiful chart made in Calc, and this very, very scientific line that I created, this is actually really important because it answers a critical business question. How much coffee is too much? And when it's still productive. So as you can see, there is a fine line between me being a data processing machine and becoming a person with cognitive capabilities of a houseplant. So they're really important. Maybe for creating marketing report or doing something that's way more important that I do, that you guys do, or just tracking your survival throughout the work week. So since I work in marketing, I really stand by this when I say this, because during this conference, as you could all notice, there was nothing more important and useful than knowing when the beavers are taking over. So some of you were probably wondering, how do we manage to track the budget that's getting swallowed by semi-aquatic mammals? Basically, we just don't pay to our employees, and we don't eat. We wait for the conference to eat, and that's it. We let the beavers live. No, but basically what helped a lot was these beautiful colors and beautiful charts. But then again, you might ask, how do you guys do it? Well, it's all in our wonderful, marvelous Collabora online Calc. So what is Calc? Calc is actually a powerful spreadsheet editor and is great for your personal use, business use, complex operations. So if some of you are working with macros, feel free to talk with one of our friendly and wonderful developers, either after this talk or by the end of the conference. I'm sure they're happy to help. And also, I've been talking to some of you, and I've heard that you guys have a lot of interesting side hustles. So in my case, it's actually a huge passion regarding plants, so it's great for managing a really risky budget for your vegetable garden. It's fully featured. So basically, if you got used to using different kind of spreadsheet software or have some features that you are emotionally connected to, like I do get, or you just need them for your work and you love them, Calc has them all. It has everything that you expect from a good spreadsheet software. And collaborative editing, which is my favorite because it allows you to work with your colleagues wherever they are. For example, as you know, we are a remote company, and it's really nice to be able to work with everybody at the same time on the same spreadsheet and follow what everybody else is editing. And at the end of the day, and I mean really like at the end of the business day, you can pretend to chase each other across the cells. So it's a really good game for team spirit. I highly recommend. Then filtering and sorting data. Well, of course, we all know this is important and kind of basic, but our event planner for this conference wouldn't be possible with this. So without sorting, you wouldn't know that my talk is today, and you wouldn't be able to witness this miracle. And without filtering, you wouldn't be able to filter out the most important thing, which is the lunchtime and stuff like that. So we were talking about collaboration, about filters and sorting, but how about collaborative filters and sorting? Yeah, it doesn't seem like a good idea because probably we were all in this situation where you're in the middle of very important call or a conference and you're just trying to focus on something that your colleague is talking about or your client or your boss, but then everything goes upside down, your screen jumps, somebody has hit in a row or do something similar. So you're asking yourself, was there an earthquake? No, there was just this colleague again who decided to apply a simple filter. So this is where you unmute yourself and start yelling, so also not good for your team spirit. But that doesn't have to happen in Calc because we have this, per user sheet views. So this is basically like having your own private office inside of a shared spreadsheet. So basically you can filter, sort data, hide rows, show rows, do whatever you want without affecting what other people are seeing and making them mad. So. That used to be my favorite feature, but now when I take my logic in consideration and how good my math is, maybe this should be the one. Because I don't know if this happens to you, but for me, it happens a lot. You just finish working on your spreadsheet and you just want to apply a formula, but then you get this. And for me, this is like a spreadsheet equivalent of check engine light, because you know that something is wrong, but you don't know what is wrong and how to fix it. But Calc is actually a good friend, and it doesn't leave you alone with this. It actually helps to fix, so you can inspect with Function Wizard to see where the logic has took the wrong turn, or you can add it directly in the formula bar. Yeah, but you're not gonna break a sweat in Calc with these. Yeah, this one. So. When I first started working in Collabora, I was always afraid that I'm gonna mess something in those beautiful spreadsheets that are OCD pleasing that my manager is creating. And yeah, maybe I will break a link, maybe I will delete a formula, something will happen. And this is actually a quite common situation when you want to onboard a new team member. So you don't want to lose time and just fix those accidental changes that happen. And in Calc, you don't have to, because we have cell and sheet protection. So how this works, so basically all the cells in Calc are by default protected, but this protection only becomes effective after you protect the sheet. So what you want to do is select all the cells where you want your colleagues to enter their new data, then uncheck this little box, protect the sheet, and if you are feeling extra cautious, we also have the possibility to add a password. So it's super safe and cool. And then my favorite, charts. So I love colors, I love charts because they make things look less serious. And you know that I'm not a serious person by now, I guess. So basically when I have a bunch of data like raw numbers that are black and white and I need to present them to my boss or to a client or whatever, I kind of look at them like this. Okay, guys, you look boring, you're wearing pajamas, so we need to get organized and dressed up to be presentable. So this is, in my opinion, what charts are doing to your data. And in Calc, you have a lot of options, and they look really beautiful. So for example, if you want to kind of go with this serious and professional styling, go with some line charts or bar charts. If you want to look like a data scientist, you can use bubble charts or scatters. If you want to see how much budget the beavers eat, just go with pie or pie of a pie charts. And also, if you want to see what vegetables are under the siege in your garden, go with some net or radar charts. So yes, I was thinking about this. If you have, for example, big losses in your company's budget and you want to kind of hide them, just change the chart. Don't go with the line chart or something, so it's not going to make the losses smaller, but at least they're going to look like a modern piece of modern art, in my opinion, because in Calc, these are really beautiful. Then pivot tables. So again, it happens a lot that our spreadsheets become like a giant wall of numbers, and you need to take this mountain of data and make sense of it, like get some answers. And of course, this is where pivot tables are really shining. So you can take this data summarized by category, team member, or date, whatever you need. You can apply filtering and create these little cute drop-down menus. Then you can make a chart that's directly connected to this table. But yeah, this is kind of something that you have probably already seen. But now, in Calc, in Collabora, we made it even more powerful with additional calculated fields. And yeah, we were thinking that these are really useful because they allow you to insert new data inside of this table based on existing fields. So instead of changing your original data, you can add new insights on top of that. It's really cool. And now, intuitive conditional formatting. So this kind of makes it impossible to forget about really important things. So for example, as you can see on this image, you can use color scales, which allow you to apply gradient of colors across your cells, which kind of bring your attention to the most important areas that require attention, so you don't miss a deadline or something similar. And these are also super cool data bars, which are kind of small charts inside of cell that are representing magnitude of your data. And you can, for example, track your project progress, inventory levels, maybe targets that you want to hit, and stuff like that. So, yeah. And these are really cute because, yeah, spark lines, these are tiny charts that are living inside of cells. So probably sometimes you don't need like a full-size chart to analyze the trend in your data. And these are actually living inside of cells. And yeah, you can have a really quick look at what is happening and, again, not miss the important things. So yeah, I love spark lines personally. Table styles. So whenever I try to format a table, they end up looking like Spanish ties, which is not a bad thing, but for a professional business-looking table, it kind of is. So I'm pretty happy that we have these built-in table styles that we can use. And at the moment, they look pretty cool, but I think that our designer, Pedro, whom you met just a couple of minutes ago, is working on making them even more beautiful. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what's going to happen here in the future. And it's a pretty nice win regarding interoperability with Microsoft because we didn't have them before. So yeah, we talked about a lot of cool and powerful features, but all of these would be for nothing if users weren't able to find them. So we are really trying to make Calc have like friendly interface and a familiar one. So for example, whatever you're expecting to be grouped together, it is grouped together. Icons are pretty like intuitive, and yeah, it's not hard to find anything that you need to find. Also, if you're used to using different kind of tools, the learning curve, it's not gonna be long at all because it's all pretty familiar and easy to use. Also, one of the coolest things about Calc is its flexibility. So basically, you can import and export a wide range of formats, so Microsoft Excel, CSV, HTML, and you can collaborate and work with people who are still using the proprietary ones, but have the freedom of these open document formats, of course. And yeah, your data is never trapped. You're free to move between these formats and collaborate with anyone from anywhere. And also, if you want to give your documents that polished look, you can easily export to PDF. So it's great, I think. Calc is also helpful for new users regarding its UI. So for example, if you are like me and have a memory of a goldfish, you're not really good with remembering formula, but Calc doesn't leave you here also alone. You get a pop-up when you start typing something, and it tells you exactly what it needs and where, so you don't waste time. It's like having a senior developer whispering at your shoulder, what do you need to do? So it's pretty great. But it's also capable for power users, for people who live in the spreadsheets, maybe like some of you are because you love them so much. And basically it has over a couple of hundred functions. And yeah, maybe when we compare to some other tools, they also offer a lot of functions. But if we compare these two, this is more of a structured and scientific interface over here. So with this, your analytical skills are probably like Einstein's. And yeah, Calc has been helping us with cool days and powering them and made sure that I'm standing here now and having a panic attack. So yeah, thank you, Calc. We love you. You should know have. And yeah, Calc is ready for you, whether you need to create marketing report, do some serious stuff that you people are doing, or just want to emulate an RGB monitor, it's there for you. So yeah, thank you very much.